Um, if you're just joining, welcome. I'm just trying to talk about session trading and how you can identify the best session to trade and the best currency to trade at that time too. So every session has a particular asset to trade. Every session has a particular asset to trade. So each session you find yourself, depending on your region, you should know the best currency to trade at that time. That's exactly what I want us to talk about. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you're new, just go ahead and hit on the subscribe button and turn on the bell so that whenever I post or whenever I come live, you will be notified immediately. Yep, so go ahead and do that. We have 5 trading sessions. 5 trading sessions. Out of these 5 trading sessions, each of them has a particular currency you should be trading for each of these sessions. Each session has its currency to trade on it. Okay. Mind you, the trading session, the market is open where you can trade some assets. Like we have time where each of this market open. So I'll put it this way: a session is a time a particular market is open where you can trade a particular currency pair. So when that time is up, you know that okay, these are the pairs that I can trade during this time. So that is what trading session is about. Knowing the right time of a particular market, when it opens, when it closes, the currency pairs to trade at that time. If you're joining, please subscribe, give a thumbs up. If you're joining, subscribe, give a thumbs up. So now how do we know the sessions? Now I'm going to list out the sessions and the timing. Now this timing for these sessions can vary depending on your region, on your location. Yeah, but I'll be calling them based on my region, Nigerian time. So every session I'm going to be mentioning now will be based on Nigerian time. Please, if you're joining, tap on that screen, give me a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out whenever I'm live. Give me a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out whenever I am live. Now, the first session we have is called the Sydney session. Okay. The Sydney session is the first session that starts the forex market. Now, the Sydney session opens around 11 p.m. Nigerian time. Okay. We have 5 sessions. The first is called Sydney. The second is called Tokyo. The third is called Frankfurt. The fourth is called London. And the last session is called the New York, which is like the big masquerade in the market. So Sydney is the first session that opens the market each trading day. And it opens around 11 p.m. Nigerian time. So you can check your timing and you know which time it falls for you. So it runs between 11 to, to 11 to 5 a.m., 6 a.m. thereabout. So the currency you want to trade during the Sydney is NZD pairs, NZD pairs, and AUD pairs. Okay, NZD pairs. These are the pairs you want to trade during the Sydney sessions, right? Okay, so we have the Tokyo session. The Tokyo session starts from 1 a.m. midnight, 1 a.m. and it runs to 10 a.m. Tokyo session starts from 1 a.m. And the currency to trade during the Tokyo is the JPY pair. The JPY, you can see there Tokyo there. JPY pairs want to trade during the Tokyo session. So after that, we have the London. No, we have the Frankfurt. So Frankfurt and London is just an hour difference. We have the Frankfurt. The Frankfurt session is when the Frankfurt opens. Sorry, 7 a.m. Nigerian time, approximately 8 a.m. now because of the summer and the winter time difference. So 8 a.m. and you want to trade the Euro pairs and the CHF pairs. Euro pairs, CHF pairs. These are the pairs you want to trade during the Frankfurt session, right? Then we have the London session. That is when the big boys are now coming in gradually. The London session is the next session that opens. This is a session that matches with Nigerian business working hours. You know, 9 to 5. It opens 9 a.m. and it runs till 5 p.m. The London session opens 9 a.m., averagely 10 a.m., and runs till 5 p.m. That is when the London session opens. Okay, let's come back to the Tokyo. For the Tokyo, you can see you can trade JPY pairs, which means you can pay JPY with any other pair, such as US JPY, Euro JPY, CAD JPY, NZ JPY. Then you can trade, right? For the Frankfurt, I told you it's basically Euro. So it can be Euro USD, Euro GBP, Euro JPY, whatever. You're good. Now for the London, is majorly GBP. So you can see the GBP USD, GBP JPY, GBP NZD, GBP CAD, and so on. That is what you can trade during the London session. So we have the New York. New York opens by 2 p.m. Nigerian time. 2 p.m. and it runs till 10:30, depending on your time zone and the broker. Now, the currencies you want to trade during this time are USD pairs, which includes Euro USD, GBP USD, USJPY, USD CAD, AUD USD. So these are the pairs you want to trade during the USD New York session, right? So I said the New York, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thank you for the thumbs up. I see that. Now, the New York session runs from 2 p.m. Nigerian time down to 10:30 Nigerian time, depending on the broker, as I said now, in your region. So you can see, like on the screen, we majorly focus on 3 sessions. We focus on the Asian session. Asian session includes Tokyo and Sydney because they are Asian. They are Asian sessions. Then we now have the European session. You have the London session, which is we have the London session, which have the Frankfurt and the London session. Then the biggest session in the market is the USD. This is where the biggest players in the market come in. That is when they come in. Please, for joining, make sure you subscribe, give a thumbs up. Let me be sure you're learning and you appreciate what I'm doing. Just give a thumbs up. Just keep tapping on the screen, and so that I'm sure you're learning something and I'm giving you value. So now the New York time is the most busiest time ever in the market because that is when the big boys come on board. And that time zone is like a range where almost all regions can be in the market. The New York session, both the Sydney, the Frankfurt, is just like in between where some persons to them is almost their evening, some is their morning, some is their noon, right? So that New York session is the busiest market in the session, the forex market. So that is why you see that it is most volatile session to trade. The New York session is the most volatile session to trade. And on the other hand, the major pairs, major currencies are paired with the USD. If you check up there, you're going to see majority of the assets you see on my screen here are USD paired. And now the USD session itself opened by 2 p.m. So at that time is when you see almost all these currencies start jumping up and down. They become very volatile because the session is now open. I just hope you're getting it now. So most of the times you can take a trade, and when you take that trade, the market is not moving. The market is just there, it's just not moving. In short, at the end of the day, it will even take you out. And by the time you turn around, it has gone in your direction as you predicted. That is because you're trading the wrong currency in the wrong market. You're trading the wrong currency on that market. So you need to know the best asset to trade at the time you find yourself trading, which market. So if you're trading the market for, let's say 10 p.m., market shutting down, though, let me not say 10 p.m. You're trading an asset, let's say 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning, then you should know what session it should be. So that session will help you know the best currency to trade, to select, to trade on. Okay. So if you're trading, say 2 p.m., if you're joining, give a thumbs up. Let me be sure you're getting value here. If you're trading, say 2 p.m., then you should know that you're trading the New York session. So you need to find the currency that suits that session and trade. So for every asset you trade, there is a particular time that is best to trade it. And if you don't find that time best, then you may end up taking trades that will be ranging all through the day. And at the end of the day, those trades might end up hitting your SL. So I want to believe one or two persons must have gotten this experience. You take a trade and you find out that that trade will just be walking around there for a while, and before you know, it hits your SL. Just as I said earlier, you're trading the wrong currency at the right time. Okay, so if you find the right currency for that market at that time, then you're going to see that at the end of the day, you will be making good profit. In as much as that doesn't define your profit capacity, but that to an extent help you to get into the market and get out bestly. That is when you find market giving you the that is when the market gives you its directional move for the day. So it doesn't just start ranging or start moving around the place. The market start trending. So when you're trading, the currency is supposed to trade at the time you're trading it. The market doesn't just start ranging. It started moving, trending according to the direction of the market at the time. So this is to tell you that when you want to trade next, is not only looking for an asset or a currency pair that you think you just like. You need to find out this asset I want to trade now. Is this the right time to trade it? Is this the session for it? So if that's the session, then you need to find also, if this is the session for it, is it now giving me a directional movement confirmation? Like, is it now buying or is it now selling? Because there are lots of factors that involve you taking that trade. Each trade you're taking, there are factors involved in it. So most persons just see a candle running up or down, they start chasing. Make sure you're subscribed and make sure you're following, so that once I think next week I will be trading live all together. Once I'm live, we'll trade together. So make sure you tap on the subscribe button so that whenever I'm live, you can join me to trade. Now, it is not by just taking a trade. It's not by taking a trade. You just see one candle running up, you take a trade, or you see a candle running down. No. When it comes to trading, you need to be very, very sure that you have seen some factors that tells you this market is going in your direction. You have to, those factors have to play out pure. They have to play out pure. It's what we call confirmation when it comes to trading. That tells you, okay, you have seen 1, 2, and 3, and these things are telling you at this point now that, okay, this market is now going in your direction. Then you take your trade. And as I said, some of the factors is the session of the market. Know the session you're trading with. That session will help you know the best asset to trade. Don't trade randomly. If you're trading, say, 8 a.m. in the morning, you should find out what session is that. That is simply the Frankfurt session. So having known this session, the next thing you want to do there is to know which currency to trade. And what do you trade during this time is basically the euro pairs. So anything you're doing outside the euro pairs at that time, you are definitely trading amiss. You are just, I'll put the word, you're just trading randomly. So you really need to know when the market will move, then you get into the trade. You don't take a trade and the market still just being there ranging, wasting your time. Most of the trades that range sometimes get to hit your SL before the market start moving in the original direction, right? That is why you just have to make sure you're not finding yourself in that space, right? Yeah. So these are the major sessions we have, and I want to believe at this point you know how to trade them wisely. I told you earlier, firstly, find the session you want to trade. Once you've done that, second thing is, in that session, there is a particular currency, or there are currencies you would select that you should be favorite with. For instance, now, I love gold, and gold is mostly traded during the New York session. I love trading gold. Gold is mostly traded during the New York session. So what this means is that anything you're doing with gold outside the New York session, you are looking for trouble. It might just play around. It might not trend reasonably. Until that market session is open. So if I'm trading gold and I love gold, then I should know which session that gold moves most. And it's during the New York session. So which means I'm going to put my focus majorly during the New York session. Thank you for the thumbs up. I'm going to put my focus on gold during the New York session. So anything outside the New York session, you are trading, you majorly might be taking a ranging trade, and which definitely is not good for you because it might range and finally hit your SL. Yes, it might range and finally hit your SL. So I think I must have, in one way, given you some light on when it comes to trading, the sessions to trade, and at least the currencies you can see on the screen to select. So I think I want to open up for questions. If you have questions, it's time to ask them now. Let me take your questions. Let me take your questions. So bring on your questions now. I want to deal with them. So, as I said, next week we'll be trading live together, which we usually do on TikTok. But now I'm driving that home to YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and also tap on the bell icon so that once I'm live to trade, you will be notified so you can also trade with me. If you do not have a trading account, go to any of my videos. You can go to the recent posted video. You will see the link to the broker I use. You can go ahead and register your account. Simply register an account. Each broker has different types of accounts, which I will advise you pick the one that suits you. Pick the one that suits your trading style. As I keep saying, every trader is not the same. Yeah. So we have aggressive traders, we have conservative traders. So if you know your kind of trading style, then you want to pick um, account according to your trading style. We have zero spread, we have pro account, we have just like that. So you want to pick account that favors your trading style. So if you have a question, it's time to start dropping them now. Let me see if I can take questions before I go. As I keep saying, make sure you subscribe because we will be trading live from Monday. Hopefully Monday, Tuesday, we'll be trading live. I'll do analysis, I drop the analysis, we trade together, and everybody make profit, and we are all good. Okay, I guess no question. So we call it a night here. See you guys when I see you again.